Hey, why are you in my house? I'm trying to get some sleep here.
Oh really? Haven't you got enough sleep in Mrs. Naz's science class? You were asleep for the whole lesson.
Hey, that is so not my fault. You were the person who called me at the middle of the night.
Well, 8 p.m. isn't the middle of the night. I was just asking when are we going to do the balloon experiment.
I don't care. You are responsible for my bad attitude in the science class, so you have to tell me what did we learn while I'm asleep.
We learned about forces, okay?
Forces?
Yup. Like friction and pressure and all those stuff, you know.
No. I don't. Tell me more.
Well, we all know she is an idiot. But I can't believe you don't know anything.
Hey, I'm not that stupid. At least I know that a force can be a push or a pull. Like when I push you, I actually have to apply a force to you to push you.
Right, there are two different types of force, contact and non-contact. You will need to touch things for contact forces, but you don't need to touch a thing for non-contact forces.
And?
Friction, upthrust, air or water resistance, surface tension, pressure and moments are types of contact forces.
Do you mind to be a good friend and explain all of them? Please.
When you slide your book on floor, it will stop because of the force of friction. Friction is the force that acts between two objects in contact.
I don't get it.
Like when you are trying to slide something to someone in front of you on the table, sometimes it will stop between you and the person. That's because friction stopped it by slightly pushing the object the opposite direction.
Alright. I got it. Then what's upthrust?
Upthrust is the force that pushes an object up and makes it to float, like when you are lying flat on the water, you can float on the water. That is because upthrust holds you up.
Oh, I love that feeling. Anyway, what was the next one? Air resistance. Yes. Is air resistance somehow related to friction? Because friction is also resisting an object to move too.
That's right. Air resistance will happen if friction happens between a thing and the air.
Okay. What about surface tension? To keep attention to the surface.
No. It is tension, not tension, and pay attention. It spells tension. Get it?
Alright. So what is surface tension?
You know how little bugs are able to walk on the water. That's because a type of contact force holds the water in shape.
And that's surface tension.
Correct. Now, about pressure. You know the way I used to push your head. I am actually applying pressure to your head. If the floor is not strong enough, you will actually sink into the ground, but upthrust pushes the floor up to hold you.
Hey, you still remember that? That hurts so much. Well, let's keep going. What's next? Oh yes, moments? You mean by happy moments? Like going on a roller coaster? Yeah.
Oh no. Moments makes things to turn or rotate. They are caused by forces, for example on a seesaw, gravity, which is a kind of non-contact forces, will pull the heavier person more to the ground. The seesaw will rise the lighter person up by rotating the flatboard in that moment.
Yeah. Seesaw. Let's go and play. Come on.
Wait. We are not finished yet. You still have non-contact forces, balanced, unbalanced and resultant forces not learned yet?
Fine. I'm tired anyway. What about non-contact forces? I heard that gravity is a kind of non-contact forces.
Yes, indeed. Gravity is very important. If we don't have gravity keeping us on the ground, we will float like the chewest robots on the moon.
That sounds fun.
Anyway. And next, magnetic. How do I explain this? Why don't you try? Think of a magnet and some iron pieces.
A magnet. Iron. Oh. When I put a magnet in front of some iron pieces, the iron pieces will be attracted by the magnet and stick onto the magnet.
and the movement of the iron pieces going towards to the magnet is the magnetic force.
Hey, that sounds easy. Is that all for non-contact forces? Please say yes. I am tired.
That's not it. You still have static electricity or electric force, haven't learned yet?
And what is it?
If you have a piece of plastic, try to rub it against some wool or cloth, then put it close to your hair. You will realize that your hair raised up a bit. It is touching the plastic without you making contact with your hair.
Okay. And what did you say I still have to learn? Balanced forces and all the other forces? What are they anyway?
When two forces acting on an object are equal in size but in opposite directions, that is balanced forces. The object with balanced forces will stay at the same speed or keep still.
Oh, I know. So if two forces are in opposite direction but not in the same size, that's unbalanced forces. Yes, I finally got one right by myself.
You are pretty clever, aren't you? Well, then can you give me an example for both balanced and unbalanced forces?
Well, oh, I know. The upthrust example. If the force of me pushing the water and the force of upthrust is not equal, I will sink into the water or the water will push me even harder.
That's right. Well, let me give you an example of unbalanced forces. If a car has balanced forces, it can never move. The forces of the car going to its direction must be bigger than the opposite force to go on or even accelerate to go faster.
Right. Is there a force that says the overall force happening on an object?
That is resultant force. If the forces are balanced, the resultant force will be zero. And for unbalanced forces will be the bigger force minus the smaller force, understand?
And I really do think that's it. May I please go to sleep now?
When do you go to bed every night anyway?
I go to bed at 6 p.m. Is there a problem with that?
Well, very well. I guess I won't ever call you again.
When do you go to bed then?
2 in the morning.
Oh well. Anyway, I need some sleep now. So can you please go away?
Yeah, but don't fall asleep again. Wow, I am hungry. Maybe I should go get a tuna sandwich. Bye.